they're not getting any sort of direction, they're not getting any sort of assistance.
She's the legal and providing direct help to families on the ground in Afghanistan.
They feel very helpless, like they're not getting any sort of direction, they're not getting any sort of assistance.
She's the legal and policy manager.
How are you?
Brianna O'Fray is providing direct help to families on the ground in Afghanistan.
They feel very helpless, like they're not getting any sort of direction, they're not getting any sort of assistance.
She's the legal and policy manager at the Council on American and Islamic Relations, or CAIR, in Washington state. So far, more than 150 families have put in requests to her team for loved ones in Afghanistan. At last count, about 880 people.
Frankly, the level of information that they're getting to keep them safe is abysmal. You know, for days, the most information that I was able to collect to guide people through safe pathways was from Twitter.
President Joe Biden says since last weekend, about 28,000 people have been evacuated. But O'Fray says the process has been far from orderly.
Directly myself, over 70 individuals on the ground, and my organization has now had requests from hundreds others, and we have yet to get a single person onto a flight. Not one single person.
Instead, her contacts are maneuvering dangerous Taliban checkpoints, large crowds, and rejection at the U.S. gate.
I had one person I'm helping on the ground who made it all the way to that U.S. gate. This young man had already been shot at 2 days before. He's now been horribly beaten. He's scared to even try again. And as he's laying there on the ground bleeding, the U.S. soldiers still would not let him in the perimeter.
CAIR is urging people to use their voice and reach out to U.S. senators and representatives.
Tell them that you're watching, that you care what happens to these people, and that they need to take action.
O'Fray is also advocating for an expanded perimeter around the airport and safe passageway for travelers.
That allows people to travel through Kabul into the airport safely, because that is one of the most dangerous treks right now.
She's also fighting for temporary protected status for Afghans who relocate to the U.S. so they won't be sent back to Afghanistan. Senator Patty Murray said, quote, "The administration must do everything possible to expedite visa processing and work with state and local governments in order to safely relocate refugees." And Senator Maria Cantwell's office is supporting Americans and Afghan partners.
We want them to know that someone knows they're there, someone is trying to do something about it.
In Seattle, Jennifer Lee, Q13 News.
President Biden set an August 31st deadline for evacuations out of Afghanistan, and today he said the hope is not to extend beyond that date, but discussions are in the works.